What's going on all? It's the aftermath. Joyce versus Zhilei Zhang. After the fight recap. Thanks for tuning in once again. So, most people will call this an upset. But people that know boxing knows that this wasn't an upset. This wasn't a surprise that Zhang won. You know, Joyce, a guy that most heavyweights hit flushly. Okay, they hit him flushly in most fights. But no, Joyce being the juggernaut, the guy that's meant to run you down, never seems fazed from these punches. This time he did. Okay, this time the punches were effective. You know, you saw marks on his face. You saw blood running out of his nose after the first round. Okay, Big Bang Zhang is what he calls himself. He managed to do exactly that. You know, set up his best shot with the Big Bang. You know, you hit him flushly countless times, and Joyce being the juggernaut, right in Zhang's face. You know, even though he was getting tagged from these shots, it was the perfect opportunity for Zhang to keep hitting him with them. Okay, he kept landing that same shot and effectively getting the stoppage within 6 rounds. Now, I did say that Joyce would dominate in the second half of the fight, and you know, Zhang fought the best fight. You know, he fought his fight. He said at the start, listen, I don't want it to go to the scorecards. I'm the away fighter. I've got to get the KO. I've got to get the stoppage, you know, and that he did. You know, he got the stoppage. And Joyce was basically tailor-made for Zhang. You know, Zhang, in my opinion, you know, got the robbery against Herkovic, where Herkovic won the fight. This time, Zhang took away the scorecards. You know, he managed to win by stoppage. Now, I've got to say that Joyce, I believe, you know, he was happy that the fight was over. Although people can argue and say, listen, you know, the stoppage was wrong. You never saw Joyce react that way. You know, you never saw Joyce saying, what are you thinking? You know, you saw Joyce after the fight saying, I can't see out of my eye. Okay, you saw him saying that. So, I mean, I think he was happy that the fight was over. Obviously, he wasn't happy with the result. And he came in a lot lighter than he usually does. You know, usually he's around 270. This time he was around 250. And Zhang at 280 pounds just showed that, listen, if you're going to stand in front of me, you're going to get tagged, okay? I'm a silver medalist as well. You know, I know how to land my shots. I know how to set my shots up. I know how to change my angles on my shots. And if you're going to stand right in front of me, I'm going to land that shot, you know, and that he did. And, you know, I said at the start of this fight that Joyce is a great heavyweight, but can he take Big Bang Zhang's shot? And he couldn't. Okay, it just came down to that. He couldn't take the shots. Although he was standing right in front of him, you know, and he was still applying constant pressure, he started to really pick up his momentum. The fight was basically scored 50-50. His face was saying otherwise, you know, the swelling, the eye was shut, the blood was coming out of the nose. You know, Zhang was just setting up the Big Bang, and that's what he done. You know, that's what he done effectively. Got the stoppage. Now he's in a position where he can get a title shot. You know, he's the interim WBO title holder. So you've got to take your hat off to Joyce, for taking the fight at short notice. He could have fought anybody, but he decided to go straight for Big Bang Zhang, a guy that really troubled Hrgovic, a guy that, in my opinion, beat Hrgovic. He decided to challenge a big heavyweight, so you got to take his hat off for that, challenging the best opponent at the time. He called everyone else out. Everyone else said no. He said, listen, chuck me up against one of the hardest punches, and you got to really take your hat off to him. And now you can see why Zhang was avoided. Now you can see why not much people heard about Zhang, because of his power. Now Zhang should get a title shot. It won't be immediately, but he's right up there now. You got to put him at least in the top 3 pound for pound punches after that performance. He's up there with the biggest hitters. And now he's lined himself up with a title shot. And that's thanks to Joyce. He could have easily turned that down. I'm sure a lot of heavyweights was thinking, I'm glad Hrgovic got the decision. I don't want to fight this guy. This guy's a dangerous opponent. Now they've got no choice. Now Zhang is on top. Interim title holder. He can get a shot. If no one wants to fight him, he can strip the WBO title from the title holder, which is Usyk at the moment. So I believe Usyk fights Dubois next. Then the IBF will be next, and straight after that, Big Bang Zhang will get a title shot. Okay, so it's looking to be next year sometime. I'm not sure if he will give Joyce a rematch. I'm not sure if it was in a contract or anything like that. I doubt it would have been, being a WBO interim title, eliminator. So Zhang may give him a rematch. I think that if he does, Joyce really needs to, stay away from their left hand. Possibly, understand that, listen, I can't take every shot. I've got to really move away from him. I've got to find a way to avoid him, especially the first half of the fight. I've got to really take him the distance here, possibly take him out the later rounds or win by decision. That's that sort of dude. He's got a big punch on him. I can't just stand in front of him. He knows how to land it against my style. Let's go back to the drawing board. Let's protect that eye. Okay. Now, I'm not sure how fast Joyce will recover here. So, I don't know if anyone will fight Zhang, but he has set himself up for a title shot, possibly early next year. Being an interim title holder, like I said, he can apply the pressure and strip the title from the champion. Big ups to Zhang getting the win. He fought the perfect fight, landed the Big Bang. Let's see who fights next. That's my take on it. Leave yours. Look forward to the comments. Of course, if you're new, hit the red button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the thumbs up and all that. But I'll catch you next time. Great win for Zhang. That's my take. Catch you all soon. Peace. Have a good one.